We got it. We're gonna get our boy on here. Let's call him. I'd set him up, but you all fucking, you know the guy. You know this dude.
The man who needs no introduction because he has no Twitter to promote. Ladies and gentlemen, Harrison Smith.
Hi,
What's
Harrison.
Up, hi, fellas. How are y'all?
Hey, man. I sent you a DM on Twitter. Why don't you reply, bro?
Look, I'm doing my best to get back on there. I recognize the error of my ways. It's been a wake-up call for me personally to better myself. And I just want everybody who works at Twitter to know I'll be good now. I'll be good. Just let me back on, please.
Can I say I love your censorship is gay retweet if you agree sign?
This is what I have to resort to, is tweeting to myself.
How many InfoWars people got popped yesterday?
4 accounts, Rob Do, Owen Shroyer, and then our official banned.video account all got banned.
Did they give you a reason?
Yes, I got a reason today. I appealed it yesterday, and they sent me an email saying I will not be getting my account back because apparently I was using multiple accounts to abuse the system and abuse other people, which is hilarious because I've never had another account. I've never used another. I had one account. I used that one account. They literally just make up a completely false reason, and there you have it.
So they said you were using multiple accounts. First off, that's stupid. But secondly, there's plenty of people that have multiple accounts. But
it's a feature on Twitter. You can switch between accounts. I could have multiple if I wanted. I never had multiple.
But how have you been abusing people? Like, what things have you been saying? Have you been trying to start race wars and stuff?
Well, I mean, no. Why would I do that?
Hang on, I'm not ready yet.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
I
need another week or two.
No, I mean, and yesterday I literally had done nothing but retweet people with no comment. So it was nothing I said. It was nothing I did. It literally, they just made up a completely false reason and stuck me with that.
Is this like just because of who you are and who you work for?
It has to be.
I think it's because I had you guys on the War Room
the
day before. This is the only sort of through thread that I can find.
Why would that work? We're still on. We could talk to our Mossad handlers. We could have.
Why don't you call your Mossad handlers, bro?
Yeah, don't you have like a guy?
You don't know Ira? Just call Ira. I'll hook you up.
Frankly, it's suspicious. I think that you guys still have yours and I don't have mine.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't look into
further
it.
proof.
I had to tell my handlers, like, don't get, because they were trying to give me a check mark, and I'm like, don't give me a check mark. Then it's going to kill my street cred.
They're going to know.
Yeah.
They're going to know.
You know what I mean? Like, I was really, really fighting with them on that issue. Yeah. But, we could talk to, I'll talk to him. I'll send him an email, and I'll write it from right to left. And I'll see what we can do to help out Harrison.
It really is, man. It's fucking, this is so clear, like, okay, fine. Obviously, no one agrees with Alex getting popped. So Alex gets kicked off of Twitter, but now it's everybody's guilty by association. Like anybody that's just part of it or has a show on there. It's not like you were on InfoWars doing any fucking crazy hot takes or anything. At least nothing that Twitter would consider that. Like, why were you? I don't get it, man. I know you don't know.
No, I don't know, but I do find that when you get your Twitter account deleted, that you have worked very hard to build up and have a lot of connections through and is your main source of communication and news gathering that your job depends on, gets suddenly deleted, randomly one day. You tend to go through the 5 stages of grief, which are, of course, denial, where you're refreshing the page endlessly. Like, no, I'll just refresh it and it'll come right back up. No, it's all right. I'll refresh it again. That's denial. Then you move on to anger, which is where you're going to your Nassim memes folder and searching where exactly the Twitter headquarters are. Just kidding.
He's kidding, guys.
Just totally kidding. And then you move on to bargaining, which is where you actually appeal the sentence. And that's about as useful as bargaining with death itself. It's completely fruitless and pointless. Then you move on to depression, which is where you're watching your notifications because you can still see your notifications.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot like being present in your own funeral. Everybody like, oh, I really miss him. And it's like, I'm right here. I can still hear you. And then you move on to acceptance, which of course is where you just make a new account.
Yeah.
And those are 5 stages of Twitter.
I lost mine last year, and I had it for 12 years, and I lost it. And that one was There's so many DMs that are gone forever that I'll never get back. People that are dead. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of like, yeah, I went through the same thing, dude. It was a rough fucking patch losing that account. And then, yeah, you just get to acceptance and you're like, all right, well, looks like I'm making a new one. And then you park another new one so that you don't have to scramble to make a new one when you get banned. You know what I mean? Because you always gotta have,
exactly.
That's the thing. You make a new one and then you get a VPN and you have to go make another, stash another, park another account. Because they're going to know when you make one right after you get kicked off.
Yeah, you know what you should do?
Yeah.
You know what you should do? You should go over to Gab. If you go over to Gab, then you could go there and then, like, you know how the dude from Gab is famous for being on Twitter? So that's great. That's a great site. So just go to Gab, hang out with people over there. There's anything you need over there. Like, talk about people that are on watch list. Everyone that's on Gab is on some sort of watch list and you're not allowed. Oh, I got it. Harrison, Minds. Have you tried going on Minds?
You know, Minds, Parler, Pinterest. It's just the sheer number of, more or less useless apps is growing, which is really a bummer. I would love to go on Gab and actually, be able to reach people and express myself. Just nobody's on there.
Because it's Gab.
It's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, your Pinterest should be great. Harrison Smith's Pinterest is amazing. It's how to subvert the government with 5 easy recipes. So he tells you these butt cakes you could make, and also how to hide guns in them.
I actually do have a great Pinterest. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but
why?
It's full of Dungeons and Dragons pictures and old pictures of airships. I got a lot of pictures of blimps on there. It's Pinterest, underrated.
In order to believe that, I'd have to operate under the assumption that you're some kind of nerd, and I refuse to believe. For 1 second.
You guys want to see the new throwing knives I just bought?
He's serious.
Of course
he really has throwing knives.
Of course.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! You have throwing knives. I have to ask you a question. Did you eat alone? Did you eat alone in high school a lot? I feel like you ate alone in high school a lot. Just your own little table.
I didn't go to high school
of course,
a lot.
They knew he had throwing knives.
Oh, you're right.
Nobody wanted to mess with him.
I ate with my friends, on the bayou while we were smoking weed.
Harrison is like a juggalo without the commitment. I like it. I fucking like it. So band video. So I know for a fact that band video didn't do anything because all they did was kind of just, hey, this is live or this is live. Come check this out. But I guess it's because it's associated with InfoWars, right?
Yeah,
you had to get. You don't know.
I mean, the speculation is sort of off the charts. There's because like I said, I didn't tweet out anything that day. I retweeted a couple things, including a couple things from Band Video, including an interview I did with you fine gentlemen. Whether that has a connection or not, who's to say? But Owen tweeted out something about there's a documentary called Pedogate 2020. Thought maybe that got their attention. We thought maybe his protests got attention, but I didn't tweet either one of those. So guilt by association. Apparently, there was also a Media Matters article that came out that day. And last year, around this time, that I got my YouTube and my Twitter account deleted, that was also immediately following a Media Matters article. So there's a pattern that we're sensing.
Wow, it's almost like they're working together to take people down. I mean, I don't want to make any accusations because that would be wrong. But
it's almost like there's a network, a cabal of nefarious actors that have the reins of control in our big tech and media circles that don't like dissidents and will delete them unilaterally.
Oh, great. Now Adam Green entered the chat. I hope you're happy. You can't say things like that. He'll pop up and he'll yell at us.
Oh, Adam Green. That's the guy that's he's still on Twitter, right? That's the guy that's still on Twitter that actually still has a Twitter.
Look, I'm friends with you, Harrison, and I'm friends with Adam. Because last time we joke around, like if we joke around with you, like, we fucking hate Harrison now, or if we joke around, well, you fucking hate Adam. I like both of you guys, as a matter of fact. I think both of you should be allowed on Twitter.
I like you both, and I think you're both feds.
Yeah,
so,
I think you're both.
It's how it goes.
He's absolutely a fed. We were talking about it off air.
Yeah. It's like pro wrestling. Adam Green and I, we go at each other's throats online, but then when we get together at headquarters in Langley, it's all fun and games. It's great.
Fucking Langley, Tel Aviv, more like it. But whatever, you got to tell yourself,
right,
bro. You got kicked out because you couldn't make the meetings because you can't fly to Israel now. I get it, bro. I fucking get it. Look, man, I was happy that you had us on. By the way, I'm really sorry that we cursed. I know that you guys are going over terrestrial, and I felt bad. And your producer. I got to say, your producer's a great dude. Because we apologized after we were off. We're like, hey man, I'm really sorry, Chris. Oh, you guys are great. You come on again, and you could tell he was just being nice. We're like, yeah, I know, we're never coming on again, and that's fine.
No, he's great. No, Scott's great, and y'all kicked butt. Definitely the highlight of the show. It was funny. My mom was watching. She was like,
oh no.
When those guys came on, I thought, aren't those the guys that curse all the time? What are they gonna do?
That's us.
I love that. That's the reputation we have with parents. Those are the guys that curse. You can't have them on.
Yeah. Also, tell her to mind her fucking business.
Yeah. Seriously.
hey,
language.
Mind your fucking P's and Q's.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, look, what do you do now? You make another account at not Harrison Smith, and you keep moving on. They could pop you a billion times. You know what you need to do? Get yourself a VPN, man. Get yourself a VPN. Because I think part of the problem is the reason that all these accounts get rounded up is I'm sure at some point, all of you use Twitter on the same IP address, like at the InfoWars headquarters. This happened because Mike and I use our Twitter accounts on the same IP, and some days on the same days, we both get banned for 14 hours. And even though we didn't tweet, just because we're on the same IP and they assume that we're just the same person or the same account.
Yeah, that might be it. Because the reasoning they gave me of me using multiple accounts, that's just not true. So maybe they do, it's the IP crossover or something. I don't know. I do have a VPN. I guess I'll start using it more often now. It just slows things down a slightest bit, and that's annoying. But yeah, I don't. I'll make new accounts, I guess, and start from zero again. Once again, that's all right.
I mean, what else can you do at this point? You got to keep going. And I'll tell you what you do. If I were you, you want your Twitter account back? Here's what you do. You go to BuzzFeed and make an apology video and tell them you were wrong and they brainwashed you at InfoWars.
And then just make up a bunch of wild shit about Alex Jones.
Just things that nobody would...
Yeah, just things that are completely out of thin air.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then if you do that stuff, I have a feeling they'll let you back on. You have to apologize.
I could probably make that's my retirement plan. Is I'll just burn these bridges, just say a bunch of lies, get the fools at BuzzFeed and the New York Times to believe them, and get a book deal. Lie some more in there. It'll be great. As soon as I run out this pony, I'll be on easy street.
I have the book idea. I already have the book. The title of the book will be From the Clutches of Evil.
Yeah.
And it'll be you leaving and Alex Jones trying to grab you, but you're escaping. Yeah. I love this. This
is great. And
then
you'll click about the author and they'll be like, Harrison Smith is a reformed alt-right journalist.
I love it.
Who renounced his old ways.
It'll be a picture with me at a drag queen story hour. I've learned.
Exactly.
I've awakened.
Fucking, the old picture of you is just you photoshopped on fucking Ed Norton from American History X, and the new photos you with the tranny. Yeah. It'll be great. I'm sorry, transsexual.
Pictures of Harrison going to a dedication ceremony for a memorial in Vegas and being like, man, it was totally sad when Stephen Paddock acted totally alone and without any motivation and killed all those people, huh? What a tragic day that was, huh?
Him shaking hands with Ellen DeGeneres.
As you're just dying inside, shaking hands and taking checks and going, oh, this fucking sucks,
dancing
man.
with Ellen.
No, it's normal to have only 50 shell casings.
My eyes.
No, it's totally normal to have only 50 shell casings on the ground in your suite where you fired at least 1,000 rounds in 10 minutes.
Don't question anything, bro. The virus wasn't made in a lab, dude. And now it's totally was made in a lab. People lost the counts for it.
Harrison at the Wailing Wall.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, with the coronavirus thing, hilarious that, literally people got kicked off of everything. And I remember it was on March 6th because all of these articles all came out on the same day where they were like, let's debunk the COVID-19 conspiracy theories. And they just lumped them all in together. Some people say it was made in a lab. Other people said it came down on a comet. Other people said it's from your microwave. And it's these are not equivalent conspiracy theories. These are all just equally as ridiculous as one another. One of those is probably true. The other ones are BS you made up to make everything else look bad.
The comet one was real, right? I feel like it's like the symbiote from Spider-Man.
That makes sense. Like Carnage.
Yes.
Yeah,
or
so
Venom,
and then so the comet came down. No, but it's true. And now, dude, there were people fucking another alt-right conspiracy theory. China made it in a lab. Get out of here, you Nazis! And now it's like high-level intelligence people are going, yeah, no, it was probably made in a lab. I think China burned all the evidence too. All their shredders are going.
Well, I think too, that's sort of their intention. They do it by design because if you notice, man, that every time some things start being noticed, patterns start emerging, and people pick up on it. Maybe 4chan starts posting about it. There's always a couple spurgs that come out and just ruin it and just like make it super crazy before it even has a chance to have any legs. Like Pizzagate's the best example of. You looked at James Alefantis and you looked at his Instagram and you looked at his life and you kind of went, huh, this is kind of spoopy, right? And people were just pointing out things they were noticing. Like, did you know this guy's boyfriend is like the head of like, this huge Democratic super PAC? And then they're like, yeah, and wow, his Instagram sure is a little weird. And then people were having like an actual discussion. And then, of course, people came in and they're like, he's murdering babies under the pizza place and they're using their adrenochrome to colonize Mars. And you're like, all right, see, we were having a pretty valid discussion about 5 minutes ago, and now the news is like, did you hear this? Crazy people want to shoot up a pizza place. And you're like, no. Up until 2 hours ago, everybody was just kind of having a very normal discussion about a dude's really weird Instagram account.
That's what they did, but that's exactly what they did with the coronavirus thing. Like, people were saying, hey, it might have been made in a lab, but then they add on, it was a bioweapon that China released on purpose. You're like, whoa. That's not what we were saying. We said it was made in a lab. You added the rest of that shit.
It's like 9/11. You have a discussion of what did the intelligence agencies know, who knew what from where, how did information get through,
and that suddenly becomes holographic planes.
Became thermite paint, missiles, direct energy weapons from space, and you're going. We were having a pretty productive. We were getting somewhere, and then they introduce a few crazies into the room, and they go, "Oh, these people are also crazy."
Yeah, it's such a typical strategy. And I mean, to me, it's funny. I did a report, I think on January 20th, where I talked about it coming from a lab. So, InfoWars, tomorrow's news today. Really, it's like we're around 3 months ahead on the coronavirus situation. But, that's what they do. And it wasn't, I didn't have any secret information. It was like, okay, it started here. There's a lab right here. They were experimenting on this. We can go back 10 years ago and see they're talking about manufacturing this virus in this lab. It's like, it's just basic common sense. Another thing, y'all were talking about it earlier. Y'all keep talking about COVID-19 versus COVID-20. You know what the 19 comes from, right? Is the year 2019. It's COVID 2019, which is hilarious because according to all of the official accounts, it didn't start until January of 2020. So why would the name of COVID-19 be 2019 if it didn't appear until 2020? It's like the inconsistencies are so obvious that if you just pay attention and point them out, their whole, fake story starts to fall apart.
Can I ask you a question? And I mean, I know you're not like a medical expert or anything. I don't know if he's not a doctor.
Really?
Just asking.
They call me Dr. Harrison.
I'm just, but in your opinion, right, do you think there's a good chance that this is something that we all probably already got at some point? Because, like, I remember a lot of people between Christmas and this thing breaking out just getting sick. Like, I know a lot of people that just got some terrible flus and things this year, and they weren't fun, but most people just were like, yeah, after a couple of days, I got all right. Do you think the majority of relatively healthy people just think this blasted through them and just it's done already?
Probably a lot more than we know about. I mean, because when it was really kind of happening, we all, the whole InfoWars crew went to CPAC. And when we got back, all of us were sick. Like, a lot of us were very, very sick. And we were joking about, like, we got the corona at CPAC. And, of course, there was somebody with corona at CPAC. It's perfectly likely. Although I think people from InfoWars have gone and been tested and were negative for it. So, I don't know. I think that's perfectly reasonable to assume that a huge number of people got it and just didn't know.
Yeah, we were on a plane with some guy who could not stop coughing. Remember that?
From Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, and Royce got sick. And honestly, I didn't get sick after Vegas, but I got really sick after New York. So I was like, maybe that was, I don't know. I just feel like maybe it ran through a bunch of people already.
I think it was in there. I mean, that's why California is not experiencing as bad as I think as California might have had it earlier, and they weren't really paying attention to it, you know. And also because fucking, let's be honest, China was fucking killing doctors and lying about it for like months. They wouldn't let anybody talk about it, so people were just flying around. And when Trump tried to fucking close flights, like, that's racist. You're being racist. People from China should be. Dude, the articles of people going, sorry, sweaty, you should go visit Wuhan. It's beautiful. Go hug in Italy, hug an Asian man, and all these dumb shit. And now they're like, these Republicans didn't do enough. Nobody did. It's like, you guys were telling me to fucking tongue kiss Chinese people 5 weeks ago. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you know, I talked about this. Vince from Red Elephants was nice enough to do a little phone interview with me after I got deleted. And I talked about this with him, but it's funny because InfoWars has been sort of the steady pace in this entire situation, where in the January we were going, hey, you know, there's this thing going on in China. It's looking pretty serious. We should be paying attention to it. We should be maybe shutting our borders until we figure out what's going on here. You know, and that was when everybody was saying, you racist, go, you know, hug a Chinese man, go, you know, kiss a Chinese woman's ass. But now it's like everybody's freaking out and like shut everything down. And we're like, well, hold on, calm down now. It's, you know, we don't need to destroy the universe. We don't need to shut down the entire economy for, you know, this sickness. So it's funny. It's like, well, everybody else has gone from like ignore it to catastrophe. InfoWars the whole time has just been like aware of it and paying attention to it and trying to prepare for it. But, you know, not ready to literally shut down the entire country for an indefinite period of time until everybody can get their vaccines. I mean, the playbook is obvious.
Are you saying you don't trust Bill Gates, bro? Joe Rogan trusts Bill Gates.
We've been pretty much the same way on this show too. Just like, look, man, be cautious and be smart out there. But like, we can't just nuke the economy over it. Like, you just have to go, all right, man, wear masks. If you do have a sick person at home, maybe put them somewhere else for a while. Put them in a storage container or something until they get, you know, till the virus blows over. Whatever. But like, take some precautions. But we were like, yeah, treat it seriously. But whoa, what are you guys doing? Hey, what is everybody doing? Everybody just started going crazy. We were like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, it's funny because, like I said, now it's I don't know. Did you see the Rogan talking about the Bill Gates thing? And it's like, yeah, man, science, man. You know, Bill Gates, he's smart. You know, vaccines and science. I'm like, you shut the fuck up, dude. You were talking about time gremlins when you took DMT. And fucking Rogan, out of all people, for me, really pisses me off because now he's mainstream Joe Rogan. I saw your old videos, Joe Rogan. I saw your 9/11 was an inside job videos, and the moon we never went to the moon shit. Rogan was up there with conspiracy theories, and now he's like, yeah, man, science. And Neil deGrasse, black science man's telling me shit, and I believe him. I was like, oh, how the fucking mediocre have fallen.
You know, there's a there's a phrase that Alex Jones uses all the time that I didn't really understand at first, but as time has gone on, it's just the most perfect phrase. It's the priest class. They have an unelected, but better than you, holier than thou. They know more than you. You have to listen to them. They are the preachers. They are the priest class of this new neoliberal world order, because, you know, we don't have religion anymore. Our new religion, where you just trust absolutely unquestioningly any science boy in his lab coat. They're the priests. They, you know, Dr. Foxy, what I call
Dr. Foxy.
Dr. Foxy, Bill Gates, Jack Dorsey, the twink that deleted my Twitter. They are they're appointed. They're not elected. They are vested. They are appointed by you know, the priest class to rule over us. And I mean, that's Bill Gates is like their pope, basically.
I would call it the rabbi class, but you know, fuck, I get it. I get the point. Harrison, what do we plug here? Because I mean, we're coming up towards the end. I don't know what to plug. Like, what do we do? Do you want me to give your home address out?
yeah, P.O. Box. No,
mail him letters.
I guess I'll be using my. You know, really, the most upsetting thing about all this is that I was so happy to have found an appellation, a title that was unclaimed on any site. Off Limits News. I could just say, go follow me on Off Limits News on everything, because I had that name on everything. That's the most upsetting, because now I'm going to have to say, on Twitter, I'm this. On Instagram, I'm this. So on Instagram, I'm still Off Limits News. YouTube is Off Limits News. I'm actually going to do a live stream probably an hour from now where I break down this particular document, which is from 2010. It's called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and what does that say? International Development from the Rockefeller Center. Published in 2010, 10 years ago, predicted our situation verbatim, exactly. And it talks about all this sort of stuff. So I'll be breaking that down in about an hour on my YouTube channel, Off Limits News. And I guess I'll start using Telegram more. I'll start using Instagram more. And whenever I get my alternative account up, I'll definitely be sending that to y'all so y'all can spread the word.
Don't let Harrison lie to you. He says he's going to do all this high intelligence stuff. I've watched this show. He's going to talk about the Dune remake and explain why it's not as good as the book.
Yeah, it's just doing lines. Just doing
Artemis
lines and
Fowl.
talking about
You want to talk about Artemis Fowl for a little while?
Okay, see, he told you he was a nerd.
I've never pretended not to be a nerd.
That's
I've
fair.
never claimed to be anything but a nerd, and anybody who tells you otherwise is a liar.
But that's
Harrison's in the mirror practicing throwing his knives. Quah, quah, quah. Quah, 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 quah. Yeah, gotcha. Take that, lamestream media.
Yeah, but if this is like a buddy movie type situation, this works out great because he's the guy that always has the idea at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
He's the one that goes,
Exactly.
wait a minute, guys, what if we, and then boom, and then it's like, MacGuffin, and then we're fine.
Yeah, I'm the one you make fun of for the whole thing.
For the whole movie, and
I
then
end
you're
up
like,
saving everybody.
wait a minute. And they're like, he's good
You
with
all
numbers.
realize-
I don't
you
know.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
that's
really
what
should have been appreciating him more.
the writers are like, I don't know, we're lazy. He's like a nerd. He knows numbers or something, and he saves them. I don't know.
How many samurai swords do you own? I need to know. Is it more than one? 2. He has 2 samurai swords.
I have my post-apocalyptic one that's like got duct tape on it. It's all broken and messed up, and then I have the model sword of Oda Nobunaga, the conqueror of Japan. I showed it to y'all. I showed it to y'all last time I was on.
I know. Oh my god.
I think it's a pretty sweet sword.
Oh my god. I don't even understand.
I think it's pretty cool, Royce.
How you ever had sex? It's amazing to me.
I'm a fan of history.
Yeah, are you? So are we, but mostly, 30s Germany. But history's history.
My wife is a bigger Lord of the Rings fan than I am. So she literally walked down the aisle to the Hobbit theme song.
Of course.
So that would get you an idea of.
Here's the thing: your wife is supposed to be a bigger Lord of the Rings fan than you. I would say that to any man.
When you come down to Orlando, we're gonna go to Harry Potter Land together, all of us. We're gonna do it. We're gonna
go to medieval times.
Medieval times, bro.
Have y'all seen my scar? I am Harry Potter. I have a lightning scar. I don't know if y'all can
Oh my
see
god.
it
He went to
there.
Hogwarts.
Of course he went. What's your house?
The hog-
What's your house?
Yeah. Oh, Gryffindor. Of
Oh,
course,
fucking
100%.
hack. You hack. You fucking hack.
When
All
I,
right.
when I see you, Harrison, remind me to stuff you into a locker.
Yeah, please. We'll find a locker and we'll stuff you in
Hey,
it.
Sure,
Royce,
remind
next time we go to Texas, remind me to bring a locker.
Okay, we'll bring a locker. It's going to cost a lot. We're going to ship a locker out there, but it's
Also,
gonna happen.
folks, streamlabs.com/Revenge of the Sis. We need to get a locker.
We need a locker.
stuff
Locker fund for Harrison. Hey, man, thanks. By the way, I don't like that you copied our mics. Someone got a new microphone.
Oh, it's a fine microphone.
Isn't it good, though? They're great, right?
Great suggestion, fellas.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you. Thank you for being
All right,
on.
thank y'all very much. I appreciate it.
All right, go check out Harrison in an hour.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Later, guys. Or guy.
Cheerio.
Matter. Harrison Smith. Eric Fitzpatrick, $1 reminds me of SNL bit. Where we read that. Blair White never knew Lil Dicky was so cool. Xenophobic. I hope Dos Equis guy doesn't get the Rona. NWO Rob Gavigan. Tis, tis, tis. Mersh and Royce colluding with one of the surviving sons of David Koresh. Mob Tech.
He looks like David Koresh. You know who else does? Everyone figured out on Twitter the other day? Carl.
Yeah.
Carl looks like he's David Koresh's son.
But Carl and Harrison kind of look a little bit alike,
Yeah,
too.
they
That
do.
makes sense.